Greetings, Cheeto again. I've had a lot of requests to share my build pretty much for the Infinite Archive, but generally all around Night Market, no deaths, stuff of that sort. As you can see, I have 38.7k health, and I am standing in the Night Market. So let me get this thing started. First things first, we're going to go over champion points. All right. So green tree don't really matter. Blue tree, exploiter, of course, you know, increases damage done with off balance. You're going to be setting off balance on a DK constantly. So, biting aura, area of effects. We have a lot of area of effects, so we'll go over there. Reaving blows. This will help you stay alive. Mainly because you're going to be doing a lot of damage straight up with your whip and constant other things as well. So we'll move on. Bulwark. Increase your physical and spell resistance by 1900. This helps you to stay alive. Then we go to our red tree, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Siphoning Spells. This will help you keep your Magicka, because on this tune we use a lot of Magicka, and we need it back, even though we got something else that will help get it back. All right, we got Bastion. We got damage shields. We're going to be using Bastion to help with the damage shields. All right, we'll leave it at that. Let's see, character. Magicka 19, health 45. Of course, you could go all on the health, but I like to have a little extra Magicka. Boone, the Thief. Of course, we got to do some damage, so the Thief will help out only 33.9% weapon and spell critical rating, but that doesn't matter. We're still going to be staying alive and doing damage. Bewitched Sugar Scrolls or whatever the hell you want to use, it doesn't matter. Skills. Ardent Flame. All right, so we're just going to go up here. Shatter Spike Mantle, a morph of Earth Spike Mantle. The reason I use this is because it gives me major resolve, and it does flame damage over 20 seconds in an area around me every time I pop this buff. Flame Lash. Okay, so you heavy attack, you hit them with a whip, and then boom, you got 5 whips you can use to do a lot of extra damage. It also heals the crap out of you, so this works out pretty well. Soul of Flame, this is your bread and butter for recoveries. This will get you back 15% of your missing magicka and stamina every 2 seconds over 4 seconds. It also interrupts, sets them off balance, and stuns them for 2 seconds. And then it releases a big AoE burst. This says 75-16. This hits more like about 15k usually. Anyway, so I pretty much use this whenever my Magicka or stamina is getting to be like right there at 25%. If you want to go to the other morph, it also gives you back health, but I kind of like this one better because it interrupts. Really helps out in the Infinite Archive. Engulfing Dragon Fire. So, of course, you're going to have your Dragon's Breath. Everybody's using this crap. This works really well, especially on this. For some reason, you do get healed because this is a direct damage of the damage that you put out. Argue with me, don't argue with me, but for some reason I heal when I use this, even though it's a magic ability. I am still healing from the reaving blows. Blood of the Elder Dragon. Yeah, of course you're heal. Everybody knows about this one, but the new update, it gives you a major fortitude, minor courage, and increases your health recovery and weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds. So yeah, it also works on your allies. Good thing to have. Take Flight. I use Take Flight because not only is it a badass looking ultimate, it also stuns, and after you use this, it buffs the damage of your pretty much your breathe fire and other things for about 10 seconds. So very good to have. Back bar. Change of Devastation. This does flame damage, pulls me to a target, gives me major berserk for 6 seconds, and major evasion. No need to really explain that. Right, Fire Rune. You can replace this with something else. I just kind of like to have it because it's the extra fire damage. Unstable Wall of Fire. Maelstrom back bar. You know how that goes. Igneous Weapons. This is a must-have. You keep it on you. Your heavy attacks and light attacks do an additional 1164 flame damage up to once every 2 seconds. That's pretty good, especially if you mix it with other sets and stuff that will do flame damage as well off ticks. Incinerate. I mainly got this on the bar for the major prophecy and savagery. But each hit enemy has a 15% chance to apply burning, and it does flame damage. Yeah, every 5 seconds. So, boom, magma shield. Yeah. So you get a tight spot. You know you're about to die. Boom, hit this. You're probably gonna stay alive. All right, enough of that. Let's see. Inventory. Main hand, I do Cinders of Althelmir. I like it. It's an ice staff. I use an ice staff. Defending. Of course, that's going to help out with your physical and spell resistances. Also increase your weapon damage and spell damage by 348 for 5 seconds. All right, Cinders of Altamar staff. I'm not using any mouse from Inferno staff on a back bar. So I am on a back bar. That's why my spell critical is up right now. If I was on front bar, my spell and physical resistances would be up. Medium slime crawl mask. Chest piece of leeching. Cinders of Altamar's shoulders. Waist of leeching. Gauntlets of leeching. And always pay attention. So your belt and your hands, if you do them Nurhoned, you do get more physical and spell resistances off of it. Everything else you'll go reinforced. Esoteric Environment Greaves, the bread and butter. This will allow you to stay alive as long as your stamina is above 50%, which in case you have that breathing technique I told you, that gets you back your resources. That really helps out as long as you keep proccing it. You'll stay above 50%. Sabatons of Leeching. Cinders of Altamar Amulet. Bloodthirsty Weapon and Spell. Ring of Leeching. Protective. Multi-chant. Weapon and spell. Weapon and spell with Bloodthirsty on the Cinders of Altamar Ring. Now you can make this up a little bit. Let's swap to our front bar and see what we're looking like. So this is on my ice staff. And then we are sitting at 27,929. Spell resistance 27,203. Physical resistance, let's buff up. Now, see what we're looking at. 33,877, 33,151. 33 is the cap. So that's about all you need. So I'm going to go down here and show you how it works for a second, and then we'll stop recording. Because I do not know how to post a longer video. All right. Hit him with a heavy attack. Whip, whip, whip. Look at that. Whip. Keep it coming. Oh, shit. I almost got swallowed by a boss. Definitely stay alive on this. This little asshole over here. He likes to shoot people. We're just going to whip him to death. I'm going to take big guy down. And he's been eaten up by leeching. And there you have it, guys.